It has been described as the greatest mystery in aviation history. When Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappeared on March 8, 2014, the entire world was fascinated by how a Boeing 777 airliner with 239 people on board could possibly go missing without a trace. 9 years later, the official narrative hasn't changed. Apparently, we're supposed to believe that in this day and age, with high-tech surveillance monitoring our every move, and satellites scouring every inch of the globe at all times, a Boeing 777 can simply disappear off the face of the Earth. As usual, the mainstream media has been complicit in covering up the truth about an event that threatens to expose the secrets of the elite. What if I told you that video images from 3 advanced US military surveillance cameras captured exactly what happened to MH370? And what if I told you there's a very good reason why the elite didn't want the truth about the ill-fated flight to ever see the light of day? Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community and support the channel, and visit collective.thepeoplesvoice.tv to claim a stake in the channel, earn profits, and have a say in what we do. To explain the extent of the cover-up and what it reveals, we need to go back to the very start. 9 weeks after MH370 disappeared into thin air, a leaked video was published on YouTube by a third party, who claims to have received it a few days after the plane disappeared. The video shows what appears to be a Boeing 777 type airliner on fire, being trailed by 3 spiraling orbs. After a few seconds, the orbs change to a vertical pattern and disappear within the airliner in a flash, leaving nothing but a trail of smoke in the sky. On June the 12th, a second video was published to the same channel, showing the same mysterious event but from a second viewpoint. Few people who saw these videos at the time had any understanding of what they were witnessing, but the powers that be understood it all too well. These videos were quickly deleted from YouTube, but can still be found on archive.org. Ashton, Forbes and his team have been researching these videos extensively and have provided forensic evidence that these videos are legitimate, including digital forensic verified by CGI professionals, eyewitnesses and government data. Forbes and his team have successfully addressed any and all debunking claims and have listed them for all to see on x.com at JustXAshton. This research is rock solid, and the conclusions that can be drawn from it are eye-opening to say the least. The first leaked video was taken from a pair of American Signals intelligence satellites known as USA 229. These twin satellites are capable of creating 3D stereoscopic images by capturing 2 slightly different views. Forbes' team have proven that the twin USA 229 satellites were logged in at the exact location, time and apparent angle required to have captured the video. The event occurred at around 2:30 in the morning. It was completely dark. The wavelengths you can see that were captured by these cameras offer detail, and the stereoscopic effect allows for added depth perception. The source of the second video has been identified as an MQ-1C Grey Eagle unmanned combat drone with infrared and thermal technology. The video focuses on the heat signature. So, where did all these videos come from? Who leaked them? And what were they hoping to achieve? Let's just say that the global elite have more in common with the Nazi regime than we even realised. But first, an important word from our sponsor. The manufactured energy crisis is causing our bills to rise at a historic rate, and there's no end in sight. Several studies reveal that energy costs have skyrocketed by a whopping 60% in as little as 2 years. This is why tens of thousands of people are installing this clever little device to help drastically slash their energy bills. This gadget stabilizes electrical currents, reduces dirty electricity, and helps protect your appliances and electronics. Simply plug it into your home's wall outlet to help dramatically lower energy consumption and ultimately help reduce your power bills month after month. The energy companies absolutely hate this and don't want you to know about this closely guarded secret. Place your order now and receive 65% off. Viewers of this channel also get a 60-day money-back guarantee. The man responsible for leaking these videos appears to be Lieutenant Commander Edward Lin. He was accused of being a spy, but court transcripts suggest that this was just spin to deflect attention away from the real crime being covered up by the elite. The details of Lin's supposed crimes, including the time and place they supposedly happened, are completely redacted. But we do know some details from his trial, and these details suggest Lin is indeed the man responsible for leaking information about the most monumental aviation crime in history. We know from Lin's trial that the classified information in question was published on the internet, And we also know that Lieutenant Commander had full security clearance to the exact same technology used to capture these videos. The coincidences are just too big to ignore. So when all of the information is pieced together, what do we have? What happened to MH370? And just as importantly, why did it happen? Using Inmarsat satellite pings and military radar to track its path and eyewitness testimony to verify, Forbes put together the final doomed flight path of MH370. On March the 7th, at 16:42 UTC, Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. At 17:21, the plane abruptly turned back towards the nearest airport in Penang, Malaysia. A witness on an oil rig reported the plane was on fire. Several witnesses along the east coast also reported hearing a loud bang and seeing a glow coming from the plane as it passed overhead. At 17:52, the pilot's mobile phone pinged the local tower. At 18:40, an eyewitness on a boat reported that the plane was glowing orange and appeared to be on fire. The Inmarsat ping data shows the same sharp left turn that we see in the videos. And then it abruptly goes to zero as the plane disappears. Chinese satellite images released by the CCP also show what appears to be 3 orbs. The Chinese first claimed that this was debris. Later, they said releasing the image was a big mistake. There are all sorts of theories for what could have happened to MH370, but none of them can explain the fact that 3 different advanced US military surveillance cameras captured this one event. This is where the story becomes really disturbing. 23 of the passengers on board were related to Freescale Semiconductors, a company leading in the development of superconductor technology, which is exactly what this incident appears to be. This is reminiscent of what the Nazis were doing with their highly classified Die Glock project. Dubbed wonder weapons at the time, luminous objects like this were first reported in May of 1940 as Germany invaded Belgium. By 1942, many people began reporting them, starting in the skies over Germany. American pilots were familiar with seeing the spiraling glowing orbs in the skies, and called them Foo Fighters. What were the Foo Fighters the Nazis were working on? According to declassified documents, it was some kind of superconductor targeting system for teleportation. Next level Nazi warfare that's been continued by the global elites. And let's not forget Gary McKinnon, who in 2002 was accused of perpetrating the biggest military computer hack of all time. McKinnon was accused of hacking into 97 American military and NASA computers over a 13-month period, and he claims to have seen evidence of an advanced off-world military fleet. They say that military technology is always 10 years ahead of what they allow the public to know. In this case, the Nazi technology appears to be decades ahead. Here are the People's Voice. We're determined to continue exposing the elites, but we need your help. Visit collective.thepeoplesvoice.tv to own a piece of the People's Voice and have your say in what we do. Subscribe to the channel and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our amazing team and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. I hope to see you there.